So when it comes to game systems, there's been so many throughout the years. But on today's video, I want to talk about my top 3 game systems that I feel have had the most impact, or that's just really memorable. And your choices definitely might be different from mine, but these are the ones that I think are the top 3. Let's start off with this one, the Nintendo GameCube. Now, whenever I first saw this, honestly, I didn't really like it because it just looks like a lunchbox. But over time, I kind of grew to really love this game system because, well, it was so different from anything else. Besides the actual game media, it was like a mini disc, but also the design of the actual console, it was just different. I mean, and it had everything you need. You had 4 game ports in the front. You had some additional slots here. But the thing is, it was perfect for what most people were looking for at the time, especially kids, to have a GameCube like this. And then it came in different colors, like this silver one. And honestly, this one for me is the most memorable Nintendo system. And I know there's been so many. I have the Nintendo 64 as well, and the original Nintendo was a huge impact on the gaming history, but this is the one that just sticks out to me. Now, this next one is my personal favorite. And for some people they might agree with me, but some people they might disagree, and it's this right here, the Sega Dreamcast. This one is historical for many reasons, but I think most people will remember this as the last game system the Sega ever produced. But I also think it was the best one that they ever produced, because this was the first time, in my opinion, that a console came up that gave true arcade quality games, with the graphics and sound and everything, because, well, they used this in arcades, the Naomi board, and the games that came out, for someone like me who loves arcade games, I think this was the best system at the time. And the design itself, it was okay. It wasn't really anything unique or special, but it's what it meant, first to the whole gaming history for Sega, but also the amazing games and power that the Dreamcast was able to provide. And to this day, it is still my personal favorite, mainly because I love arcade games, and to be honest, I love Sega as well. And here it is, my top game system. One that I feel has the biggest impact and most memorable is the original Sony PlayStation. There's so many things that could be said about this, but if you were in the time where this came out, well, you could understand why this is so important, because the Sony PlayStation came in at a time when it was just Nintendo and Sega, and prior to that, Atari, and no one expected Sony to do what they did with the PlayStation. And thanks to Nintendo not allowing Sony to release their CD add-on, that's kind of the big motivation of how this got started. And Ken Kutagari, the one who masterminded this hardware, at the time this was the most advanced and powerful system ever made. And man, whenever I got this, I was simply blown away by the quality of the hardware, the games, and it just never let up. It kept getting better and better and better, and the impact that it made to the entire gaming industry, especially when there were only really 2 big ones at the time, was monumental. And now, well, Sony is still around. They are the top gaming system maker, even though many other systems like the Xbox have tried. To this day, this is still, for me, the top gaming system. So if you actually had any thoughts on the PlayStation, Dreamcast, GameCube, or any other game systems that you love, be sure to leave in the comments area below, and I'll see you on another episode.